acronym for it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Drive.
Yeah, it's the Drive Act.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live now.
Drive
We're recording.
We're recording. Cool.
Drive Act.
The Drive Act.
We gonna say hello. I mean,
You say hello.
hello.
Welcome,
folks.
everyone.
No matter when we say hello, Roderick starts the show whenever he feels
Exactly.
like it.
I'm just talking to be talking right now. None of this will air
We
anyway,
just
so.
talk. And if we're stupid enough, he'll edit it. If we're not, he'll just leave it live.
You
There we
remember
go.
at the truck show when Anthony was looking up at the camera that he thought was
Oh,
in the
yeah.
sky?
Yep.
It's like, we're live. Hey, everybody.
I've had my
How
moments.
are you?
Yep.
Oh man.
Great.
The
All
drivers let me know too. I get a lot of messages and a lot of phone calls. They'll say, "Hey, we couldn't hear anything you said." By the way, I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Or
I
they'll
think
be
you're
like,
good now.
"I think I'm good now." But then they'll be like, "Well, you were sitting too low, lower than everybody else." We're like, "Oh, thanks." Then they'll be like, "Who are you again?" You know what I mean? Like, those are the best ones. Like, what do you do? So,
Oh. What you talking about? Will?
We need to get you a taller chair.
I'm sitting low today,
it's okay.
man.
It's okay. I'm used to it now. It's
Okay.
all good. Yeah.
Did Brian tell you all that talking about people that called in and mentioned the podcast? We just hired a truck ops employee that came to us via the podcast.
What?
He watched
Really?
our podcast.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not
Or
good
listen
at
to it.
sharing. I
Wow.
didn't share that
Shout out
information.
to I think it's Aziz. Aziz, if I didn't,
You don't
if
even
I'm
know.
not
I'm
correct,
butchering your name.
You
So.
had
Well,
one job.
I'll tell
One
you
job.
this. I got your resume. I read over the resume and I looked over it, and I didn't do his interview. But what a cool thing.
That is pretty
So
cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Not only
Definitely.
he said we sounded like an interesting company, and
He probably was
wanted to
talking
come
about
to us.
me.
He
Yeah.
was.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it was
clearly
me. Yeah.
he wanted to learn from industry experts.
Exactly.
because
industry experts.
We have
Exactly.
a podcast, so we're industry experts. Thank you.
You know,
Thank
he
you very
said,
much.
There were, except for that guy that was sitting too low in his chair the whole time.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's okay. All
Just
right.
is what it is.
Live and you learn. All right, B. What we got going on
What
today?
do we started off with?
What do we start off with today?
Safety message.
Every time.
Be cautious, be careful, be cautious, be careful, inside and outside. Pay attention.
Okay.
All right.
All
right.
right. And this safety message is brought to you by the letter S and the number 7.
Okay.
That doesn't even mean anything. I just saw
Gotcha.
some old Sesame Street the other day.
Felt
So
like it was something my daughter was watching. I'm like, the
Part-
letter, as you give me
yeah.
PTSD from that stuff. Learning.
Sesame Street.
Actually, now they do leapfrog. Sorry.
Oh, I know Leapfrog. Okay.
Leapfrog.
Yeah.
the little computer games
Nope.
situation.
No,
it's a
they,
show?
it's learning your. I'm sure they have computer games, and they do, but
Mhm.
it's DVDs. Learning
Oh.
your show. S, the letter S.
Mhm.
I was about to be
Huh.
snake.
Oh.
I speak jive.
Oh, good.
So, safety message. Part of the blitz that just went on recently. One of the focuses were tires. And I happen to have some personal experience with tires lately.
Right.
Yes, you do. Yes.
I was on my way to get a new set of tires on my Jeep, and on the way into work, I hit a pothole and blew a tire out on my way to get tires.
Of course.
And had to
Right
sit-
time to do it. Though.
Right.
Had
Yep.
to sit in a construction site on 71 South for about 3 hours because I had to pull off the shoulder and I couldn't jack my car up the way it was sitting on a hill.
Mhm.
So I just had to get it towed out of there, and they left me there to die.
Yeah.
71's terrifying. That's
Yeah.
not where you want to have a flat tire.
Now you
Right.
know you have to give your wife Amber a shout out. You have to tell the whole story.
Did she
What's
come get
the
you?
cool thing that your wife did? I mean, where you
She-
tell it better than Go ahead.
She she came and posted up.
Yep.
At there's a truck stop right by the exit where my car was broke down. I told her absolutely.
Were you at exit
Dude.
14? You know, I grew up off
No.
exit 14.
No,
Oh,
I wasn't. I was
Go
much
on.
further out than that.
go on.
But specifically told her, no, do not come here. It's dangerous. I have trucks flying past me. They're like 1 foot from my side view mirror.
Yeah.
it was terrifying. Like at parts of the morning,
71 is
I just
terrifying.
got out of
Right.
the car and stood out in the grass, but it was also like 30 degrees, so it was freezing. My wife comes, posts up at the top of the hill on the entrance ramp where she can see my car on the expressway, and calls me and is like, I'm just sitting here just in case the driver won't give you a ride. Or if you get hit and the car goes up in flames, I'm dragging your butt out of the Jeep.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
not the
cool.
coolest thing
Yeah.
right there. Yeah,
She-
I mean, yeah,
So
that's
shout out
pretty
to
cool.
Amber Helton. She's
Yeah,
my ride or
That's
die.
pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
right or die.
She will watch me get killed on the highway,
Yep.
but be there to drag me
Yeah.
Exactly.
from the ashes and
least she's
collect
willing
the
to watch.
insurance.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for, man.
Man,
Yeah.
That's all you can
good
ask
enough
for.
for me.
Yep.
Tires.
So then I get brand new tires.
All
I've
right.
had them for about a little over a month, and come into work this week, and there's a drywall screw,
Mm.
and I'm sitting on a flat on one of my brand new tires, and had to do all that mess and try to get into work. So check your tires. Do your
Check your
pre-trips.
tires.
Right.
Yep.
Check your tires.
Did you go through Impact? Did you talk to them at all?
I
I'm just wondering. I didn't know. But,
I
yeah.
did not go through
Did you get
Impact.
impact loan.
Didn't. No.
Okay.
Mercer did not loan me
I want
any
to
money for tires.
equate that to Mercer and what I'm glad you said tires because we recently had a safety meeting and we're always reviewing our CSA scores and how we can improve and what we need improvement on. And tires is our number one violation for vehicle maintenance.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That is the one thing. So please, please, please check your
Yeah.
tires.
And
do
I
your
don't think it's
pre-trips.
just us.
No, they hound
It's-
on it. They hound
because
on
that's what the Blitz was all about. It was about tires and brake adjustments.
it. Brake
Mm.
adjustments. That's another one. That
Yeah.
preventative maintenance stuff. That I guys are having to run so tight right now. And
Right.
Right.
preventative maintenance is so hard to keep up with it.
Right.
But it is so important because just down the road, then you find yourself on the side of the road, on the side of 71, with screaming four-wheelers coming by you. It's no
Yeah.
good.
Not good.
No.
So be safe. Check those tires. Check your pressure.
Check your tires.
Check
Check
your
your
tread
tires.
depth. And just keep an eye out for any bulges that look like broken belting or anything like that.
Yeah.
Be safe. You don't want to be on 71 South at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Nope.
No.
Where
in a
were you? Like
construction zone.
Carrollton?
Yeah.
Somewhere out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
rough area.
Yeah, it's scary.
I have heard, and I was looking at it just while I was looking for our CSA. I was looking for how many violations we've had in tires. I have that somewhere while I was searching through my phone. But I came across this whole new. You reminded me of it when you were saying it's sitting on 71. You know, there's a new fraud scheme going around where people intentionally get hit by semi trucks.
I had that on my
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
That's
That was on my list that I didn't
That's
bring
been
with
going
me to
around,
talk
though.
about. I don't think I put it in the email, but
Oh,
I had
okay.
it on my list. Yeah, like whole organized crime
organizations and lawyers.
organizations. And yeah,
Right, and lawyers.
From the top,
attorneys
yep.
in
Yep.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
And just setting up these fake accidents, like
Scary.
It is.
just to sue trucking companies.
I am happy to hear
Um,
that there's I think it's a senator out of Georgia where this is like a top priority
Right.
in
Yeah.
his initiative to because it's just getting raunchy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so predatory.
Yeah.
And not just, I mean, of course there's extremes like this, but also just regular incidents that just happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um
And
the
it's so easy.
attorneys are just like going after ridiculous stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
on fender benders. And it's
Well, you see the
There's-
billboards, and it's
Yeah.
there's one where you see it like a truck is actually crashed into the billboard.
Yep.
And they're like, if this happens to you, then call us so
Yeah.
you can get paid. I'm like,
He
I
was
mean, this is
clear-
what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
There's a lawyer in our city that wrote a book on how to settle a case without going to court and get a lump sum. Wrote a book on it.
Wow.
Not necessarily centered around trucking companies or anything like that,
Yes.
but literally just wrote a book on
He
how to stay out
also
of the
wrote
corporate.
the book on how to be a terrible human being.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That would sum it up.
You know who
yeah.
you are,
yeah. Wonder if
would
he's
sum it up.
listening.
guy. Nobody listens to this.
They do.
False.
They
We do.
That's
We
why
just
got a
got
new
a
employee.
Exactly.
False.
Got a new employee out of it.
All right,
False.
you guys passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a heat check. You passed.
There we go.
So yeah, that's I think that's a good thing for our industry. Did you the limiter thing?
I didn't even see it. That's what we were
So
discussing right when
the-
it came on. The
yeah,
the Drive Act.
The Drive Act,
Drive Act. Okay,
and
tell us.
I don't have my notes, so I can't tell you all of the things that that stands for.
All it says is OIDA supporting the deregulation restrictions on interstate vehicles and 18-wheelers.
The Drive Act. So yeah, they're arguing that speed limiters are unsafe, and we've been hearing drivers say that for ages.
Yeah, for years and years.
And for motorists that are just trying to get somewhere, don't you love it when you're beside the Swift guy and the JB Hunt guy, and neither one of them can pass each other for like
Yeah.
30
Oh, my
miles? That's frustrating and causes people
Causes people to weave.
People are
Yep.
stupid.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not the driver's fault that people are stupid, but they are. We are as a whole. We don't know how to drive around big trucks,
Right.
and we cause accidents. The other thing that OIDA was bringing up is something that a lot of people overlook, and that is the difference in speeds are what create a lot of accidents. It's hard when you're doing, when you got a four-wheeler that's doing 80 miles an hour, and you're used to vehicles coming up on you at a certain speed, or you're used to approaching vehicles at a certain speed, and all of a sudden there's somebody that's 10 miles under.
Yep.
Sometimes they come up a little quicker than you thought they
You
were
run
coming,
up on them fast.
Yep.
and you end up having to swerve or get on the brakes.
And you're always at fault for it, being the truck driver. So
Yeah,
like you said,
yeah.
having to deal with it. That's
they're
the biggest
always
thing. Always at fault.
always going to try to blame the
Sucks.
drivers.
Yeah.
So
Always.
I didn't know
So,
OIDA was pushing for that.
yeah,
That's
they're-
great.
It's I'm not an expert on anything, but I mean it seems like in some situations it really it hinders the driver's ability to perform safely.
Yeah.
When sometimes you got to get in the gas a little bit. Days of Thunder,
Days of Thunder.
you just head for that wreck. Just go right at it. It'll be gone when you get there. Hammer down, right? I
You
mean,
said-
we're not telling drivers to do
No,
that.
not at all.
I was gonna- I
Not
didn't
at
know why
all.
you said
We
Days of
may
Thunder.
want to just take that whole thing.
But
let's just-
no,
It's no.
it's NASCAR. But the point being, Matt, sometimes to avoid an accident, you need that little oomph
Uh-huh.
to maneuver.
Right.
And when you got a truck that'll barely go the speed limit, it makes it hard on everybody in those situations. So we'll see what happens. But always trying to bring little industry news up and keep people posted on what's going on in trucking.
Good stuff.
You said people are dumb. I had this. This is this was an enlightening moment for me. I showed my age. I didn't even know that I'm that old to show my age. But I'm doing an interview for an HR position within our company, and I'm with
I didn't
another.
know you were trying to get into HR.
Well, I'm conducting an interview. let me rephrase that. But I was trying to pose a question about how do you decompress, and how do you rationalize with people when they get cult mentality. I mean, HR has to deal with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I remembered Tommy Lee Jones on Men in Black when Will Smith says people are smart, and he says no, people are dumb, irrational beings. A person is smart, rational, and this and that, meaning
Okay.
you get people together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this young lady that I'm interviewing, and I said, "You remember the movie Men in Black?" She looks at me like I got three heads.
Yeah, I bet. Tyler does. I've been in a few interviews with you.
And I said-
yeah.
But I said, the one with, but it was specifically about Men in Black. Like I said something foreign to her.
Yeah.
So Jasmine looks at me and she's kind of smiling, like, where's this going? And I said, the movie with Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith fighting the aliens and this and that. She goes, I mean, I've seen some TikToks on it,
Oh,
Wow, yeah.
Bless her
Oh,
heart.
man.
and I
Bless her
sat
heart.
back and I thought, and Jasmine's dying laughing. So
Right.
Wow.
I had to completely pivot, and I told her about the quote and all that. But I thought, wow, man,
Yeah.
didn't know I'd ever do that. Didn't know it happened to me.
You're getting old.
It's here,
man.
guys.
Yes.
You're getting old.
Yes, we are.
You should sit in Brian's
Your-
interviews. He's
your
like, have you ever
children
seen
will-
Saturday Night Fever?
It's here.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm just looking at him like, no, Brian, don't. She hasn't seen Saturday Night Fever. No. Sorry, B. Sorry
First
about
of
that.
all, I don't interview people.
It's okay.
That's funny.
I'm not that old.
Right. Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah. We'll go with that.
You're-
All right.
Didn't you just have a birthday?
No, I did not. I did not.
Yes,
No.
you did.
I'm still
Say
young,
what?
man.
Definitely
Still
just had a
young man.
birthday.
Still a young man. Go with that. But no, I've been in some of the interviews that Tyler has, and he conducts very well professional interviews. Like I admire it. But he does every now and then. He'll throw that little widget in there that just kind of throws him off,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always a movie reference or something that nobody has no idea where it came from. you
Right.
know? So when you mentioned that one,
But
that
then
was
they-
pretty good. But then they come back to reality.
They come back around
Yeah,
and they're
but
like,
the-
"Oh, okay, I'm just talking to a person."
You know,
Right.
your
Right.
children will never see a feature length film.
You don't think so?
Probably
They'll just
not.
they'll just never watch one
You
ever.
think attention spans have dwindled
like-
that
Mhm.
much?
Yeah, like a full length film will be like 13 minutes long.
That's almost what they are now.
Yeah.
What was
Mm-hmm.
the What was the movie with the one where you had talked to the guy? You guys had a moment there too. I mean, y'all was like just like you guys was best friends. Like I was just like, let me just get out of here or whatever. But he was like, you seen that movie? I've seen that movie.
I don't know if
It was like it was rough. Like you
it
lift
was-
weights, I lift weights. I was just like, okay,
Okay.
all right, let me.
Did we just become best
Right,
friends?
we been looking around like, all right. Yeah.
John Krasinski, Jack Ryan
Jack Ryan, yep, Jack Ryan, yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
They
Well,
had
that's
a,
a show.
show.
it was a show. I'm sorry.
I'll
yeah.
let him have it.
But yeah.
He
They
was
had
having
a
a good
moment though.
moment.
It was pretty cool. Pretty
I'll
good
let him
interview.
have it.
Yep. All right.
Well,
Is
no,
anything going
I
around
don't-
Mercertown?
I
this week?
mean, there might be something
So
going
there's
on
something
this
going
weekend.
on. Yeah.
What is it?
Something big.
It's a thing we call Top 10,
Top
weekend.
10.
Top 10.
which is really interesting.
Oh, Roger's standing up. There would be like a
just had to
Oh,
give
adjust
us
the camera
some,
real quick.
Give us some
Are you
top
kidding
10 like
me? Did we start shooting with just random shoes sitting up on our?
I thought you
desk
put that
here?
up there. I thought that was your
No,
your,
it's
your
not
style.
Even, it's not
I don't
even
know.
centered.
they are kind of randomly
Some
placed. That's my
random-
bad.
Okay.
Random
It's all good.
shoes sitting up here.
Roderick, it's top 10
Yes.
week. Give us some celebratory.
Oh, yes,
do we have
yes, yes,
some
yes. Thank you,
celebration
thank
music?
you.
Top 10 week.
All right.
Top 10 week.
Yeah.
Top 10 week.
That's right.
For those
Yeah.
that don't know, what is top 10 week?
That was a lot.
Mercer
first of all,
Royalty is in the
it's-
building for
Yes.
the weekend,
Yes.
basically. Yes.
And it's not 10
No.
of anything.
50.
no,
That's
true.
Definitely not 10.
It's like 50 people.
About 50.
But different categories. You know, we've got teams, we've got singles that run the whole system, we've got singles that run the Mid America fleet, we've got vans, we've got open decks, we've got high clearance security teams. We've got most loads because you know it's not always about revenue. Sometimes it's about stringing together those loads that just keep you busy and get you through the house.
Right.
Have we always had the most loads?
We've always had a most loads
Okay.
category.
All right. I
Um,
was just looking at the categories here or whatever. I
Yeah,
didn't know
I'm
about
not-
the most loads.
I'm
so.
not sure if we do 10 or 5 in that. Do you have that?
I
We always
have-
just do one.
Yeah, we just have one.
We just do one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yep.
The literal most
Winder.
loads.
Oh,
Winder Beckham.
so
If
it
I'm saying
used
that right.
it used to
Winder
be-
Beckham.
it used to be like 10 and then it was
Okay.
5, and basically they've just adjusted these categories over the years to try to accommodate the most people that they can get in. And you know, we try to award hard work,
Absolutely.
smart work, and man, these guys, bless their hearts, they're top earners in a time that trucking's really tough.
Right.
And and we've got a special guest
Got
at
3
Top
million.
10, this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 that were invited, Terry Phillips and Barry Reese. Thank you guys. Terry is not going to make it, but Barry's here in town.
Yep.
stuff.
They are our latest inductees in the 3 Million Mile Club.
Wow.
That's 3 million miles done safely at Mercer.
Congratulations.
Um,
Hell of an accomplishment.
and man, I think 3 million miles safe driving is a good accomplishment for a driver for their career.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about a 30-year.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
to do it with one company.
And to do it
One
here,
company.
it's amazing.
Man, I can't even express how awesome that feels to know that you've had a guy that's been here doing it right for
Yeah.
that long.
It's pretty cool doing like orientation. We'll have the pictures up of the
Oh, yeah.
drivers over, and then I always watch Dean.
Yeah.
And he'll give a shout out and kind of point over to a million milers over there on the
Yeah.
side. The drivers that are coming in, the new recruits are just looking over like, wow. It's always pretty cool to see them up there. So shout out to everybody. Million mile,
It's-
2 million, 3 million. That's
Yeah, 'cause,
huge
you know,
accomplishment. man. Huge.
You look at a 1 million mile guy.
Yeah.
What is it? That's like a 8 to 10 year commitment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to see a guy hit that with your company, it's awesome. 2 million
Yeah.
is exactly twice as awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
You're right. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. I like the way you did that math. Yeah.
It was science.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. Makes sense.
I'm good at
Makes sense.
science, so I figured that out. And then 3 million miles, 30 years, and we've got like 8. We've got 8 guys that have done 3 million miles.
That is
with
saying
us,
something. That's saying something.
safely. That's accident and claims free. 3 million miles.
You
Just
know
an
what?
awesome testament
It really is.
to the best owner operators in the business, man.
Yeah.
We don't do anything to earn you 3 million miles of safe driving. That's all driver.
You know what I like to see about this list too, and outside of the 3 million miles, incredible accomplishment. But I was looking at this list this morning, and our longest tenured driver. You think about it, top 10 at a company this size. Oh, they must be some old timers that are in good with the click
It's
and
the good old
it's
boy
the good old
network.
boys, and I
Right.
can't go in there and do
If
that.
you're an
and
old
do
timer, you
something
can
like
get
that.
loaded.
There's only probably 4 people that have been here longer than 10 years on this top out of 50 on
Wow.
this top 10 list.
Wow.
The longest tenured couple of guys are top Mid-America Singles, and they've been here roughly 15 years, and they have been here for long. But there's probably 6 or 7 that have been here just a little over a year
Yeah.
that made top 10.
I love seeing guys that just
Oh.
come in and go gangbusters immediately.
Hustle. Get it.
And it's funny
and,
you
you know-
mention that because like when we get new recruits that come in, like one of the biggest things they ask over the phone is, well, what's your top drivers making? You know, and and it's like we try to explain to them.
You lie
it's-
to them because
Well,
you're
we
a
don't
recruiter.
lie to them. We explain to them
Like,
about
how
averages.
much do you want to make?
$1 million.
I mean, true, good point. Yeah, but honestly, if you ask the majority of these drivers on here, it's not about rates. It's just consistency, and these guys are just hauling freight. It's
Yeah.
like they're not staying at home. They're consistently running, and they're doing it on a regular basis where income is continuing to come out. One of the biggest things that we deal with newer drivers, obviously, is they want to make this money and be in the top 10, but they're not
They want to
running
make
hard
it.
enough.
They want to make it on 2 loads.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're worried about the rate versus worried about the whole grand scheme of things and what you're doing on a weekly and monthly, daily basis, things of that nature. So just to throw it out there, I know the majority of these drivers on here are just running their butts off.
I've heard
and we appreciate
almost
it.
all of those folks when you ask them what's your secret. I just keep the wheels
Yeah.
turning.
Just keep the
Yep.
wheels turning.
I
Yep.
just keep.
That's
and
the majority.
Don't get
of
me
it.
wrong, because I know there's somebody that's gonna comment and say, "Oh, Brian, you just want us to run cheap freight." That is
No.
there is
no.
freight that is not profitable for your truck, and you should not haul it. But you should know your numbers and know what profit is, and some are more profitable than others.
You're right.
If you take the good with the bad, I'll tell you what's the least profitable: sitting.
Right.
Absolutely.
Not to mention how many people are actually skipping the celebration this weekend
Because
so
they're
they can
running.
keep
Because
running.
they're running. Absolutely.
That actually is
a
one of my
great point.
favorite things
Yeah.
about top 10 because
Yeah.
what's funny is half of these guys won't even show up.
Yep.
And that's why they're in top 10 because they don't want to come off the road
Yeah,
long
right.
enough. They don't want to shut down
Yeah.
and stop
It
their
makes
operation.
Sense. Makes
does.
sense.
I am itching to get serious and talk freight and business for just a minute.
You're good at it.
You like?
I don't know.
You're
You
good at it. Let's go.
Well, you
go,
are.
man.
I'll
you
follow
are-
up with none.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's like.
All right, now we can get serious.
And now the freight corner. I did. Well, you all were touching all over, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh,
he was over it.
I wanna-
itching. Yeah,
I wanna talk about tariffs. I wanna talk about-
ready to go. Ready to
Tariffs.
Yeah.
tariffs, how freight's reacted, how capacity's reacted, what rates have done, what profitability is. It's all wild right now.
I'm glad you're bringing this up. One, because you're really good at industry news and talking freight and tendering.
Tendering. We've been through that. Yeah.
But also, I was just having some conversations with some folks on the phone yesterday, just about how last year we thought that about this time this year would be when everything is starting to shake loose,
Mm-hmm.
and we're starting to really see things take off.
Mhm.
Everybody was expecting it,
Mhm.
and then a bunch of stuff happened.
yeah,
that-
and
that's
no
kinda-
one knew how to react.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and I'm not saying good or bad.
Right.
This is not about politics for me, but it is something I don't think whether you were Democrat, Republican, moderate, left wing, right wing, whatever. I don't think anybody was expecting this tariff business and
Mhm,
right.
the effects that it would have on consumer purchasing and manufacturing, and the economy doesn't seem to be acting the way anybody expected it to at this point.
Well, here's what we saw, and I'm trying to find it. It didn't, but what we saw when the whole tariffs things hit, we have seen an influx of freight the past 2 months. What was that noise?
That was my computer, so I
Oh,
didn't
you're
even know
good.
you could hear that.
No, you're fine. We've seen an influx the past 2 months. For the first month prior to the tariffs and right after they were announced, a lot of people, and it's probably true, there's probably a lot of truth in it, they said it was not due to a manufacturing increase. It wasn't due to people making new stuff. It was due to everyone getting ahead of the tariffs. So I'm going to ship everything I can.
Yeah.
Let's flood the system. Let's get ahead of it. We actually had some customers that straight up told us that. Well, we are flooding the system. We have to get ahead of these tariffs. Then the tariffs hit, and the freight stayed elevated. That's the past 3 weeks. That's what's kind of happened. Capacity's been tighter. Rates have been a little bit marginally higher. Freight's been elevated. But then I saw that everybody's wondering what's China going to, because now it's China and U.S., back and forth. The tonnage that is headed into the Port of Los Angeles on the week of May 18th through the 24th, so this upcoming week, is now 56% year-over-year change for that same week last year.
Whoa.
There's 103,000 TEUs heading in, which is the tonnage of freight. There's 19 vessels, cargo vessels, that are headed in. 3 weeks prior to that, there was a 32% decrease year-over-year change. So we've seen a swing of 80% year-over-year change in a matter of 3 weeks for the tonnage heading into the Port of Los Angeles.
Wow.
So it's almost like this tariff, I don't want to call it a game, but the back and forth, getting
Yeah.
it. It's like they turned on the faucet real high, the imports. Hey, let's turn it and flood the system. Whoa, dial it way back. Don't ship anything. We can't do tariffs. Then, okay, deals are being made. Oh, turn that on again. Turn it on. So now we're almost ready and poised to react to the pent-up energy of a 3-week lull while they figured out this whole tariff deal.
Right.
But capacity for the past 29 months, capacity has left the market. People have gone out of business. Trucking companies are struggling all over the place. It's been tough to run. I listened to the chief analyst for DAT, old Dollar Truck.
Dollar
Now it's
Truck,
just
yeah.
DAT. He's brilliant guy. But he said all the same things that we've been hearing from ATBS and different people like that about what the market's doing and indices that are happening. But one thing he said that's really different. You talked about profitability, and you said, you were not out there saying go haul cheap freight because it's unprofitable. But then you got to ask yourself the question, who is hauling this cheap freight?
Right.
And why are they doing that?
Right.
And how are they profitable at it? And one thing the DAT guy said is as these people leave the owner-operator companies, the Landstars, the Bennett's, the Mercers, the everybody like that.
Yeah.
He said one thing we don't know is where they're going. What's happening to them? Are they exiting the industry? Are they becoming company trucks? We don't see an influx in company trucks nationally, just industry-wide. So he said that's one thing that stumped us is where are these people going? The other thing that we've never had this before, so we are very confused on where it's going to go, are profitability discrepancies amongst contractors. So he said, here's what happened. 2021 happened right after COVID. Everybody got into the industry.
Mhm.
I'm going to haul a load of freight. I'm going to get a truck. I'm going to haul a load of freight. If you got into the industry in 2021, you were making enough money to be profitable because customers were paying whatever they needed to pay, but you had very high operating costs.
Right.
Trucks cost a lot of money back then, and they still do.
Yep.
Trailers operating costs were really high. So you needed $230 a mile to be profitable. You needed it.
Yeah.
People that were in the business prior to 2021 and experienced 2021, they used 2021 to and the good times. I keep saying 2020. They use the good times to put money away and decrease their operating expense. So he says now what you have is a gap of people. You have two lines that are heading in two opposite directions.
Yeah.
You have people that can be profitable at 90 cents a mile because they have put away rainy day fund. And then you have people that absolutely can't be profitable at anything less than $230 a mile.
Wow.
And he says,
Yeah.
so what's going to happen? Who's going? We can't sustain the industry with 90 cent a mile rates,
Right.
But these people are hauling them because manufacturing's down. It's the only freight that's out there,
Right.
or was. It's getting a little. And then you have people that are going out of business left and right because you have to have $230 a mile. If this top group crashes, we're going to have a really bad impact on trucking because we won't have enough capacity literally to operate, and rates will have to just veer almost vertical
Right.
in order to keep people in business
Right.
or get people. So anyways, all that is to say when you're talking about hauling cheap freight, nobody wants to haul cheap freight, but the market is in a real kind of pickle here. And
Right.
and we
Yeah.
have people that can do kind of both.
Yep.
And we're seeing this weird injection of freight at various times where the tariffs are causing built up energy in the
Mhm.
industry. And
Yeah.
it's
And
unique to watch, to say the least.
I feel kind of bad for the guys that just got into it
Yeah.
in 2021
Yeah.
because they got money.
They got
They got-
fat.
they got
yeah.
money.
They got
fat.
money to
Yep.
get into it.
Mhm.
The rates were crazy.
And they were
Like,
making money.
Anybody could make money.
Mhm.
And
Didn't think you had to
and
save for a rainy day.
man,
right?
if
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
coming into it and say you've been a company driver your whole life,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden somebody's giving you money to start your own business, why not take advantage of it?
Yep.
You come in and rates are so good that you can't hardly make a mistake as long as you keep hauling freight.
And you can justify the high truck payment, the high
Yeah,
trailer payment,
and
the high-
all of that, but you haven't seen the lean times,
Right.
and
then the
and-
bottom
and-
falls out.
and you
for
didn't
2
even
years.
you didn't even have to know
Mm-mm.
your operating cost or your break even point.
Mm-mm.
You didn't have to know your margins,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden the bottom drops out,
for 2
and-
years.
and your 25-year owner operator's seen this 3 times now,
Yes.
Right.
4 times maybe.
And they know they're
Um,
not making as much as they were,
Right.
but they're able
Yeah.
to at least sustain. They've been through that.
They can
Yeah.
adapt. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and,
It's a big
and,
difference.
Yeah, you start to learn. When the getting's good, haul as much as you can and tuck back as much as you can.
Yeah.
Right.
Because man, every 4, 5, 6 years, we're good for a freight recession,
Mhm.
That's a good point.
and it's been very cyclical. I've seen several of these happen.
Yeah.
In my very short life and short time at Mercer. Anthony, I'm not old.
You're not.
But but I am pretty old, and 22 years in trucking, I've got to see this a few times,
Yep.
and And so when we were having the conversation yesterday about this, and the guy was like, "Well, what do you what feel?" Or he asked me, "What's your reasoning behind thinking that this is all going to rebound, and that we're right on the cusp of?" And I was, man, I don't really have
Reasoning, I've lived it.
Yeah,
4 different
Right.
times.
and I was like,
Experience.
it's really hard. I mean, I guess just observation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, goods and
And-
services have to get delivered. I mean,
Yes,
this,
like-
this world doesn't work without it.
Yes,
So
like,
eventually,
trucking's
we
never
have to
going
make
to
this
go
work.
away.
Yeah.
The train's not going to pull up and deliver your goods
Exactly.
to
No.
Walmart. There's no train tracks going to the back of the grocery store.
Yep.
We're going to have trucks, and if it doesn't turn around and I'm wrong, we've got a lot worse problems than trucking.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be suffering a complete economic collapse
Yes.
Right.
Disaster.
if
Well,
if trucking goes.
We talk about it. I know I talk about it a lot with you guys, particularly with our newer owner operators that come in. It's a struggle because a lot of these guys that are especially coming in over the last year, they don't know any of it. They just think that they can go out and get a truck and start making money right away. And in fairness, you can, but you have to worry about your overhead as well too. And when you're down 2 weeks before you come to Mercer because you're trying to get a new job, and then you have to come in and pay for equipment and repairs,
Yeah.
those things add up.
Yeah.
And it's all the more reason why during that stint, the first 3 months that you're with Mercer is so important.
Mhm.
And if you look at this top 10, just to go back to it, I look at some of these coordinators. A lot of these coordinators, all of them, they give a damn about these
Yeah.
drivers.
Yep.
And it's like you can come here and we love the fact you can pick and choose and do what you want to do when it comes to freight. But if you want to succeed, give us the opportunity, especially those first 3 to 6 months, to help you succeed. We have all these resources here, and majority of them are free to you guys, the driver, to be able to utilize, particularly these coordinators.
Right.
And if you can do that, you have a better chance of being successful. And if you can get out of that hole that you're in the beginning, because we get it, to go out there and purchase a new truck, to start a new job, it's a scary thing in itself. And you're going to be looking at rates right away to be like, hey, the more this load's paying, the better chance I have of getting out of this hole. And that is to a certain degree. But overall, like we keep saying, you have to haul your butt off
Yeah.
and let us help you out. And I would say the majority of these drivers, if they say the ones, because it's amazing how you said a lot of these guys haven't been here for 15, 20 years.
No.
They've been here and they started around the era that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you, majority of these guys, they have a great relationship with their coordinators.
Yeah.
They know about the staff at Mercer. They know what resources that we have, and they're using it to their advantage.
Yeah.
And if it's not working, then let us know. But we just want you to take advantage of it first, especially those first 6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. There- we had I listened to a conversation between a coordinator and one of our drivers, a very seasoned driver. Guy's been in the owner operator business for a long time, and he was kind of giving the coordinator a little bit of grief. And I was trucking when you were in kindergarten,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it's true.
Mhm.
And I don't suspect that we've got any coordinators over there that are going to know more about trucking than a 25-year seasoned owner operator.
true, but they know more
But they
about
know
Mercer.
so much more about Mercer
Yes,
and our
yes.
system and how to plan and effectively run within our system
Great point.
for max profits. And
It's good. I tell
it's
them
good to have that in your corner.
when I talk to new orientation classes, I tell them kind of that same aspect. I'll say, look, right out of school, I was at a high profile brokerage. I later did some consulting for that brokerage. I ran a small trucking company. I've been here for 12 years. Then I look at them all because it sounds like I'm touting, the stuff that I've done.
Right.
And I look at them all and I said, I've never sat in your seat, and I don't pretend to have.
Nope.
But I will tell you this: out of the jobs and the relationships that I've seen on this side of the desk in this side of the industry, a coordinator and contractor relationship's one of the most important.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get to know them, guys,
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
tell them just get to know them.
Well,
Yep.
and it's rare
Talk to 'em.
that you have one person that you talk to all the time.
time.
At most owner-operator companies.
Yeah.
You talk to a lot of different people, and all of them want you to haul their load for their customer.
Right.
And this is one of the few places where you get the opportunity to just, build a team.
Yeah.
with somebody and work together. And that's why we like to recognize the coordinators along with the drivers
Absolutely.
Right.
that hit top 10, because it takes both.
So if I get to top
Yes.
10, what do I get to do?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Because it sounds like y'all are going to sit me in a room and lecture me about profitability of freight and stuff.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
Only if you're in the room.
No,
with
if
those
I'm in
men.
if I get a hold of
I'm
the
joking.
microphone, we're going
We're
on a
joking.
rant.
We
We're joking.
we try to keep loads talk, revenue talk, trucking talk to a minimum.
Yeah, it's a
All right.
fun
We
weekend.
try
Right.
to talk about families and what you like to do when you're home
Good.
and your children.
Yeah.
And so if you're in town this week for top 10 tonight, we're having a murder mystery dinner. I don't know how that's all going to go down.
I'm
Right.
so jealous. I don't get to go tonight. I have
I
other
love the
things,
little murder
but I
mystery things.
can't
My
Okay.
mom and I go
wait
all
to
the
hear
time.
about
so, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like
Is
it's
it
gonna be
fun?
cool.
Do you really like them?
we have a great time. I always take my mom for her
I'm truly
birthday and
jealous.
for Mother's Day or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
But and Brian knows this because we're both big mystery buffs, like Agatha
Yeah.
Christie. She just brought. I grew up on this stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, so we'll do like the mystery train dinners and stuff like that. And my oldest son, he's 17, so he'll go with us too. So,
So-
we're getting him involved with it a little more too. So.
I've been a little bit involved in setting this up, and I hear that and I'm trying to picture how it's going. And I got told I had something else that I have to do tonight, so I can't participate tonight. I'll be there all day tomorrow. But I hear that there are suspects in the room.
Mhm.
Is that true?
Yes. Like
Yes.
these are actors, but they come in and the ones I've been to, I haven't been to the one that's I'm going tonight, but I haven't been to this one. But usually it's a dinner party. And so you're eating dinner, and then while you're eating, it's kind of like a play setting almost. So you're gonna see the activity, what's going on. You'll get the
Are you
see
watching
all of
them act
You're
it out?
watching them act it out.
Oh.
And there's usually scenes. So it's like 3 scenes that they do. And the first one's kind of an introduction to the people that are in the room. And then
Okay.
second is someone ends up dying. Maybe the lights go off and there's a dead body on the ground or something. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, these are all actors.
Okay.
But the cool thing about it is you get during the breaks, you interact with the actors.
Yeah, they'll come by your
Okay.
table and like you can ask questions.
Yeah, you ask
and-
questions on, well, where were you this night? You know, or what happened here? And you're trying to piece it to figure out who actually did it.
Is your table on a team or are you individual?
Usually
kinda?
the table is, well, the ones I've been to has been individual, but
Yeah.
with the size that we have, it may be a team, setting or whatever tonight. But yeah, it's pretty cool. At the end of it, they do the grand, if you watch a murder mystery at the end, the detective is breaking down all the clues and why he figured out who did it. And the audience has to write things on a notepad. And so they're writing who did it, why they did it, and such and such.
Okay.
You turn in those, before they give the grand thing or who actually the murderer was. And then the ones that actually picked it, they acknowledge that you wanted it.
Wow.
Oh,
Like
that's
I
cool.
literally, my mom and I did it. Probably when was last? Maybe in September, and I actually won. I picked the
Really?
the reason. I did the reason or whatever. So we ended up winning like tickets again.
So it's like a live game of Clue.
It's like a live
Yeah.
game of Clue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm looking at
It's
you,
pretty
Colonel
cool.
Mustard,
Yeah.
Professor
pretty cool
Plum,
event.
I'm excited.
keeping an eye on you.
I want
So-
to hear all about
So
it.
we're going to do that just to kind of welcome everybody in tonight, have dinner, a little fellowship, a
Right.
little fun.
Cool.
And then we're going to get up in the morning. We're going to have awards breakfast, which is probably my favorite part, just because of the recognition, and we're handing out trophies. And man, is that breakfast good?
Oh,
It
that
is very
breakfast
good
is always good.
Oh, the breakfast
Always.
is so good. So we'll do that and have a quick awards ceremony, and then we'll have some free time for guys to get out and do some things during the day if they want to downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow night, Churchill Downs.
Churchill
Churchill
Downs.
Downs.
So
Is that Millionaires Row or is that
we're right next to Millionaires
Okay,
Row.
okay.
We're in Thousandaires
Thousandaires
Row.
Row? Okay, cool.
It's a
cool.
suite. It's a
And-
suite
okay.
with
It's a
dinner
sweet,
and
sweet.
Good deal. Good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
It's cool enough to have a dress code.
There we go.
Yep.
So
Fancy.
Is there a
Okay.
suit,
Hopefully I can get in.
or jacket required?
It's not really jacket
No.
required.
What's
it's
Robbie gonna do?
It's
I don't know. Yeah.
it's a
Good.
loose.
I was worried about
but
it.
they do have on there no sneakers.
Really?
It
All
says,
right.
it says, but I've seen our drivers
wear
in
sneakers.
the past wear sneakers.
What about dress sneakers? You know, the cool new ones with the
yeah.
white soles.
Yeah,
and-
you can pull. Basically, what they're trying to keep is people from coming in looking like they're going to a Pearl Jam concert.
Sure.
You know,
That makes sense.
Don't try to walk in here in your concert tee and your camo cargo shorts and your airwalks with no socks on and think you're coming to Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
Airwalks. Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those in a long time.
And I am old. Tony Hawk Airwalks.
Tony Hawk, yep.
So, we do that.
Airwalks.
And then Sunday morning, we have a just come at your leisure and have breakfast in the restaurant downstairs, which is fun if you like to table surf a little bit. I like to come and bounce around between people.
They
and
have a
just
really
kinda
good
visit.
breakfast there too.
Yeah.
Sway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sway does a good job.
Yep.
So that's it. And all you have,
Sway.
we
Yes,
put
name
you
Is
of
that the restaurant down
Yeah.
there at the
Mhm.
bottom? Of
yeah.
it?
It's a good
And
restaurant.
you get to stay in a hotel downtown, and all it costs you is some fuel to get in here.
Yep.
Or if you're under a load and you're getting through for the weekend, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
But Mercer takes care of it just to say thanks, and it's a good time.
I'm excited. I'll always have a lot of fun. I'm really upset I can't come tonight.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
You could tell. I was
I
pretty
know.
excited about it.
Yeah.
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 So,
But
yeah.
you only get one preschool graduation.
I know.
Yeah, you
I
have
know.
to. Yeah.
And my daughter,
gotta be there.
she's been talking about how excited she is to show me her song that she, practiced, and she
Aw.
won't tell me anything about it, and I can't wait
Yeah,
for it.
That's hard to turn down.
Yes. Oh, very.
Right.
I'm hoping the
Yeah.
storms there. It's kind of stormy here, so I'm hoping those don't cancel my festivities.
Right.
Your all's festivities tonight won't get canceled, but
What are you guys outdoors?
no. But if there's bad enough storms, they're not going to make everybody pack into a preschool to do it.
Oh.
Maybe they will. I'm
Yeah, I
there
would-
either way.
Yeah, I would think.
I'll do it.
You're just gonna show
I
up
don't
no
care.
matter
I don't
what.
care if there's
Don't matter.
I don't care if there's storms. They're not going to hold me back.
Tyler's out in the rain. All
I
right,
wanna
show me
surf.
the dance.
Yep,
Show
yep,
me
let,
the
me,
dance.
let me see.
Let me
it.
see it.
You know how much this preschool diploma costs me? We're doing this.
I'll knock down the doors, man. I'll knock them down.
Well, congratulations, man. That's
That's pretty cool.
It is really
special.
cool.
we're all in different.
Special.
I'm in the golden years of parenting.
Mhm.
You're in the new age of parenting, and
Yeah.
Anthony is 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yes. Birthday.
He's got
17 and 4.
Yeah,
2
he's got
boys.
a
Yes.
grown man
Yes.
and a toddler.
Yep. My oldest just went to prom, his junior prom over the weekend. That was pretty cool. And then my youngest, he's,
Did he really go
I
to
love
junior
him.
prom?
Yeah, so yeah. I'm joking. He said, "What now?"
He really went to junior
He
prom?
went to junior prom,
I'll be
man. His
daggone.
little girlfriend, his first job is at Old Charlie's. It's a little restaurant over on Hurstbourne.
Yeah.
So he met her at
Okay.
Old Charlie's. He was, it was funny. He was, I guess, dating a girl at his school, but he met her at Old Charlie's,
Oh.
and next thing you know, that's who he's going to
Okay.
prom
Player,
with.
player.
So, yeah, I'm like, okay,
So,
man.
I saw the junior prom pictures, and
Yeah.
she needs to stay away from him.
Yeah. Is she
Um,
really?
She's like 30 years old,
30,
dude.
35.
I don't
30,
know why there's
She's a
30
junior,
year
just like him.
Let
They're
me see.
they're the same age. They're the same exact
She
age.
needs to stay away
My
from
goodness.
Baby Chase. And not,
See? Now I
Those-
guess I'll Tyler the picture to make sure
Right.
everything's
that's
on
the
up
other
and up.
thing that comes with my age. I still look at all of the children of Mercer like they're 6.
Yeah.
Like, it
Well, they
doesn't matter
never
how
will.
old they get, mine included.
She's 46 years old.
Oh my goodness.
That means Chase looks 25, though. So
it's
Right,
crazy. how
right,
fast
right.
they
Everybody
grow,
looks older.
man. It's crazy.
they are both.
It's terrifying when they start growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
Terrifying.
good. All good stuff.
All right.
Good
What
stuff.
else? What else do we have anything
And
else
we're
on the
wrapped up.
agenda?
We're gonna do a meet and greet at the top 10. I'm gonna head over to the hotel here after lunch.
Yeah.
We're gonna get rolling. We're moving some freight.
Yeah.
We're rocking and rolling, man.
Yep.
We're ready to roll into summer.
Yeah.
We do. I don't know how quick we're going to have another podcast, but a couple of truck shows coming up.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got our Houston truck show. It's the Texas Trucking Show. That's going to be
Right.
June the 21st and 22nd. That'll be in Houston.
Okay.
And then we're also doing our Trucker Jamboree.
They're doing the Houston Truck Show in Houston this year?
Yeah, they switch it up.
I like that.
Usually they like to.
It's a good touch.
Yeah, sometimes they like to have it.
Switch it out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks good on the brochure, so it won't confuse people or whatever.
Yeah.
So but so
The
we'll be
Houston
there for
Truck
that
Show,
one. Yeah.
San Antonio,
San
Texas.
Antonio, Texas. Yes.
Nolans.
February the 37th. Yeah, just throw them away off.
February the 37th.
And then we're doing the Truckers Jamboree that's in Walcott, Iowa, and that will be in July, actually, July the 10th through the 12th. So that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday show.
So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I don't know if this is good timing
Oh,
for it or
no,
not.
probably not.
With me in the room?
But if I'm a truck driver
Mhm.
and I want to come to the Walcott show
Yes.
and show out for Mercer, put my truck in the event.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. that's
Anthony Starks, will you reimburse me for the truck show fee?
I will reimburse you for the truck show fee.
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
All
We
you
should
have to
we
do
should have
I
a little
don't-
more suspense
know
on
that.
that.
just call me. Call
wish
me,
you had,
email
like,
me the
a-
receipt, and I've got you covered. And we'll have a couple of recruiters. I know Tim Allen is going to be there for sure. Kathy Powell over in our brokerage department is going.
KJ?
Yep, KJ. And then we'll have maybe another recruiter go. But regardless if we're there, the recruiters are going to take care of you. They'll feed you. They always provide
Yeah,
lunch.
you don't have to be in the truck
Yep.
show for that. You just
Nope.
have to show up
Just
and hang
show
out
up.
with us.
That's cool.
Yep, same thing in Houston. I'll be in Houston. So if you come out to Houston, I'll personally take you out to dinner or whatever. So just let me know you're gonna be in town. I got you covered, man. So yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Good.
It's good stuff you're doing with the guys out there on the road.
Yeah.
It's fun to go out and recruit, but the best thing about going out and doing truck shows is bumping into our guys
It's
out on the road.
My
Right.
wife,
And-
I think I told you this before, and I tell her that you're gonna have to put like something on because she blows her horn at every Mercer truck, like no matter where she's at. So she's out of town. I'm like, you can't do that if you don't have anything that says Mercer, because
Right.
then somebody
Right.
might follow you home or something. I mean, so like
they
you
don't know
know
what you're doing.
So I'm like, I need to get you an ID
Yeah,
badge or
yeah.
a sticker or something. But
Tina's out there
Right.
putting Mercer guys on blast. That's awesome.
right.
But hey, you don't have to be top 10 anything here. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you drive for us, we appreciate you guys, and that's why we try to get out on the road and see some of you guys that don't get to get through here, buy you dinner, and just say thanks. You guys feed our families every night. So top 10, bottom 10, 3 million
Middle
safe
10,
miles,
Everybody.
100,000 safe miles, man. We couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you
right.
very much.
So much so, I don't know, I'm sure everybody knows this, but the last Wednesday of every month, we want to hold a special thank you lunch just to anyone who's in town. So we have driver appreciation lunch the last Wednesday of every month here at Mercertown.
Yeah. Not just September, other trucking companies. Every
Yeah.
month we do
Not just
driver
September.
appreciation.
Yeah,
we
driver
appreci-
appreciation year. That's what it should be.
Basically,
instead
yeah,
of
for
months.
real.
Well, when you don't own any trucks, you kind of have to appreciate drivers.
Posture of gratitude is one that we want to keep as
Yeah.
a company and consistent. So that's just ongoing for us, and it's almost become normal. I mean, it has become normal, but I love when we can reiterate it anytime we can.
Yeah. So come hang out with us. Catch us on the road.
Yep.
Catch us at the driver's lounge last Wednesday of each month.
Mhm.
And keep tuning into this. We're going to try to give you guys industry news, Mercer news, and hopefully have some fun along the way.
Yeah.
Roger?
Yep.
Make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribing, and we'd love for you to comment below. Even if you put something as simple as an emoji, all of that really helps. If you wanted to catch just an audio version of this, we're on all the popular podcast platforms. We're on Spotify. We are on Apple Music, things of that nature. So catch us over there. Please go to our social media channels. We are on LinkedIn and we are on Facebook. Please go there and and follow us there. And same thing, we'd love for you to engage with us. And yeah, thank you.
Yep.
All
We
right.
appreciate you. Hope to see a lot of you folks tonight too. So
That's a wrap. Go Mercer.
go Mercer.
Thank you all.
See ya.